That's a light shoe. Hello, what is up guys? Today we are doing a shoe review of the Nike Terra Kiger 4. This is Nike's trail running shoe, one of two. They have this and the Wild Horse. This one is definitely my pick of the two and the lighter of the bunch. This is the fourth model of this shoe and I've had this one as well as the third. I've had this shoe for a long time, since the beginning of the summer, and put quite a few miles on it. I put it through all types of conditions, some of the most rugged mountains in the Adirondacks, some normal trail running, some less technical stuff, so we've done it all and we're about to tell you what's good with it. There's a lot of things I like about it, as well as quite a few things I do not like about it. It is not a perfect shoe, even though I really do like it. So let's get right to it. I'll tell you some of the pros and cons. This shoe retails for around $125, but you can find some of the older colorways on sale if you check around online. This shoe has a 4mm drop. It's definitely more of a minimalistic shoe when it comes to trail runners. I do really like that about it though. This shoe weighs in at 9.3 ounces in a size 9, which is my size. It's a few ounces heavier than the previous model. The Nike Terra Kiger 3 was 8.5 ounces. Even though this shoe is a few pounds heavier than the previous model, you cannot really tell the difference when running in it. At least I couldn't. It's also more comfortable, so I'll definitely take the added weight with it because I can't feel it. I would say this shoe has enough traction for most conditions. As long as you're not doing anything too technical, it should be fine. So some of the stuff out here in the Northeast may be questionable for it. I would say this shoe is a great overall light and fast shoe if you're looking for something for not anything too long, nothing over 50 miles, that's for sure. Probably want something with a little bit more padding in it because this is a minimalistic shoe. I would probably want something a little heavier duty for the gnarlier trails if you're doing any high peaks or stuff in the Adirondacks or even out in New Hampshire, the White Mountains. I would probably get a shoe that's a little bit more heavy duty. So let's talk about some of the pros of this shoe, some of the things I like. First off, as you can tell, well maybe not because this is quite dirty, I really like the look of this shoe. It was the first thing that attracted me to it even before I was overly into running with the Model 3. It's definitely one of the best looking trail shoes on the market. And it comes in a bunch of different colors. I think there's like a bright red one, that one's really cool. Next up, I would say this shoe is comfortable. Overall, this is a really comfortable shoe. I have no complaints, and compared to the Model 3, I would say it even has a little bit more padding, especially in the heel area. Next up, breathability, and this thing has tons of it. I had no problem with sweaty feet or even really blisters, anything like that. Even with creek crossings and water, it tends to dry out fairly quickly. So overall, a very breathable shoe. Last but not least, the thing I like about this shoe, and maybe even the most, is it is a very versatile shoe. You could wear this for heavy mountain stuff, you could wear this on a walk around town, you could probably even get away with a little bit of road running in this shoe. Even though that probably will decrease the life of it. Especially when it comes to the soles, because these are not very heavy duty to begin with. Which brings me to my dislikes. So probably my biggest issue with this shoe is the overall durability, starting with the soles, which they start falling apart fairly quickly. And this was also a problem with the Model 3. So I just went and grabbed my Nike Terra Kiger 3s. These are even more dirty than my 4s. But the same thing happened. The bottoms right here, they started to fall off, as you can see. And the whole tread just starts to go. No! Not acceptable, Nike! This needs to be fixed. So very much like the Model 3, the bottom tread right here, it starts to peel off, even after as soon as 20 miles. Which is not good. My next big dislike about this shoe is also a durability issue, and that comes to the lace loops, which also don't hold up very well. As you can see, the lace loop right here, or whatever you call it, that holds the laces in place, it's already ripped, and it's just hanging by a thread right there. So this is about to break and can't be used. This started to rip right away on this shoe. Within like my first run, it already had a little bit of wear on it. This is actually my second pair of Nike Terra Kiger 4s. My first pair, the same thing actually happened, and the lace loop started to rip after a run or two. Next dislike has to do with the traction and the grip. I said before that it has very good grip, which is true, except when it is wet. When it is wet out, this thing can be like ice on rocks. It just slips and slides everywhere. Definitely something you want to take note of if you're going to be out in wet conditions in the Pacific Northwest or even in the muddy terrain of the Adirondacks. This thing does not grip as well as it probably could. Overall, I would say the shoe has fairly low durability. My biggest complaints with the shoe all have to do with it falling apart too soon. I love this shoe and I would love to keep using it, but I don't want to have to keep buying pairs over and over just because they fall apart. Another dislike with this shoe, and probably a dislike with all Nike shoes, and something I've noticed, is the laces do not stay tied. I do not know what it is about Nike shoes, but the laces just cannot stay tied. I don't think I've ever had a run where I've had to not stop to tie my shoes. Maybe I just never learned how to tie shoes correctly. I don't know, but it's a problem. And the final con about the shoe is that it does not have any additional eye holes on the laces to lock your heel down with. Usually most trail shoes have an additional eye hole that you can lace the shoes up so you can lock your heel down additionally so it doesn't slip up when you're running. So, those are some of my likes and dislikes about this shoe. Overall, I do really like the shoe, and that's why I used it the entire summer before I got anything different. It's very light, very comfortable. It's a shoe that you can just bring one pair of and not really have to worry about changing out shoes depending on what you're doing. So I really like that about it. But the durability, it just does not hold up well, just like the third model of the shoe. So if that's something that Nike could fix, this would probably be a perfect shoe. If I had to give it a rating out of 5, I would probably give it 3 out of 5. Like I said, I like everything about this shoe, how it runs, how it rides. I just do not like how it holds up. And I don't like how it grips when it's wet out. So thanks for watching this review, guys. This is my first shoe review. If you'd like to see more gear review, let me know. I have tons of different stuff that I've been running with, different packs and shoes, hats, shorts, whatever. So let me know how you liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching.